undefined, soul's desire. You don't even know what you did. Now I'm on fire, fire, burning, burning out of control, taking me higher, higher, a feeling I can't hold on my own.
Hello and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm Innerji The Metaphysical Crone, and if I haven't seen you since last year, which was just a few days ago, Happy New Year to you. And I'm so excited to be here for 2024, doing tons of readings for you, giving you answers from the cards, tuning in. I am so excited. But let's go over some of the show rules first before we dive into those readings. So first of all, remember, we want our questions to be specific. Yes, so very specific, not just what will happen to me in the coming year. Be really specific about your questions. Pick an area of life, pick a situation that you're concerned about and ask a question around that, because we don't do the general readings on the live shows. However, if you would like a general reading, then you can go to mypsychicconnection.com. We have a wonderful array of readers there, and they will happily dive in to do that general reading for you. A couple of other no-go zones: we don't do any health or medical readings at all. They are best left to the professionals. And also too, in many countries around the world, it is not the law for us to be able to do that, so we steer clear. Now, the free readings are 2 minutes long, but if you would like to dive deeper, longer into your question or situation, then you can donate. We have a number of donation options for you. We can do a quick read, which is timed. There is also the mini, the mediumship, and the mega, and they are untimed. And with the mega, you can ask up to 4 questions on different topics or the same topic. So great choices there. And of course, we are once again donating. We are once again paying it forward, with every dollar from each donation going to the beautiful St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So remember, when you donate, you're also paying it forward, because we are paying it forward as well. Okay, now my theme tonight, as you know, I do a different theme every week, and my theme tonight is Words Have Power, and choosing your word for the year. And the reason I do word for the year instead of doing a New Year's resolution is because I never keep to my New Year's resolutions. I really don't. But more about that later in the show. We've got our emoji game starting right now. So start keying in those emojis. You know I love to see kangaroos. They're my favorite. But hey, you know, if you want to put in some koalas or your favorite emoji, go ahead. And of course, the winner of the emoji game will win a divination reading from me a bit later in the show. Of course, we've also got the Crystal Connection game coming up later, and I will be doing my mystic moment as well. So as you can see, a full-packed show, and I am ready and rearing to go. So let's take the first question. Who do we have, please? And we have Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. Lovely to see you here, and Happy New Year. So Jasmine's question is, what is my crush's thoughts and feelings about me? Well, let's shuffle the deck and have a look. Oh, yes, I remember having crushes on people. Sometimes they worked and sometimes they didn't. All right, so let's have a look. What are your crush's feelings and thoughts towards you? Well, the first card that's come up is the 10 of Wands reversed. And this is saying to me that they do think favorably about you. You know, you being with them, being connected with them in some way is not a burden to them, and they are looking favorably upon you. I feel that they're looking at building a connection with you and making it a little bit stronger. This is the Four of Swords reversed, but they're kind of in the background thinking about it at the moment rather than taking lots of action. So the message to you around this crush is be patient. They need to do this at their own pace. I've also got the Six of Cups here, and I'm feeling one of the reasons that your beautiful crush is hesitating is that they're kind of bringing things from the past into the present that they're working through at the moment. So while they're open to being connected with you, they're not actually looking for a full-on relationship right now. So the message is to be patient. Let's draw a T point or two for that and see what we have. And we've got the Peacock. So this is about you stepping out and being your beautiful self. Don't try and put on any special airs and graces in front of this person to try and attract them. Just be you with that peacock and strut the stuff that is you. That is what they will find attractive. And I also have the Cross, and I feel like this crush is at a crossroads in their life. So once again, this is reaffirming that you just need to be a little bit patient and a little bit slow with this person. I'm getting an energy aside. Oh, and that was our 2 minutes. Doesn't it go fast? Look, I do hope you found that to be helpful. And thank you for my very first question for my very first show of 2024. And 2024, my goodness, I hope your year is off to a good start. Now, as I was mentioning before, a lot of us do New Year's resolutions, but we have a tendency not to follow them through or we forget about them. So I've fallen into the habit of choosing a word for the year. And the word that I'm choosing for this year is well-being. And this word for me is about how I take care of myself for the coming 12 months. So I encourage you, have a think about what word would you choose that would be representative of how you wanted to travel through 2024. And a little bit later in the show, I will come through with some hints and tips to help you choose that word. But if you've got a word already, pop it in the comments. I would love to see what it is. In the meantime, let's take our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Gemma. Hello, beautiful Gemma, and Happy New Year to you as well. Gemma says, my daughter is thinking of having a baby shower party. Oh, how lovely. And she asks, do you think I'll get to go to it? I am equally overwhelmed and anxious if I do go or can't go. My daughter is happy either way as she understands. What a beautiful daughter you have, Gemma, that she is so understanding of where you're at. But let's have a look at the potential of you going to this baby shower. So let's put out some cards. Okay, the first card I have is the Moon reversed. This is you stepping outside of yourself. It's time to step outside of yourself. Your emotions are so internally chaotic for you. That's where the anxiety and overwhelm comes from. And I feel it's time for you to step outside yourself and look at what you've achieved. I encourage you to look in the mirror at yourself emotionally and look at how far you've come, and use that energy to help you make decisions about trying new things or going new places or going to special events like your daughter's baby shower. That might help you make the decision, and it might help you to better deal with the overwhelm and anxiety. The other card, and don't let the word of this card scare you, it's the Death card. It's just about transformation and change. I feel with this new year for you that there's the opportunity to change how you look at things, to change how you look at what you will do out in the world as opposed to what you do within yourself. And the third card I have is the Five of Coins reversed. Now, with this card, I do feel that if you want to go to this baby shower, it is up to you to make the choice. Be brave, be courageous. What I will say, however, is that I know that the anxiety and overwhelm is almost like a barrier that's physically in front of you. And so working through that is your first step. And then as you get... Oh, look, Gemma, I hope you found that to be of help, and congratulations on becoming a grandma. That is very, very exciting news, isn't it? And, you know, we all suffer from different levels of anxiety, overwhelm, stress, fear. You know, the power of words. Even when we say these words, we feel ourselves contracting in, don't we? Because words do have power. I always encourage people, when you are feeling, this is for everyone, and Sadie says, Innerji, you're so empathetic and kind. Oh, Sadie, pity pat of my heart to you. And Gemma says, thank you. That helps. Second grandson. Congratulations. An expanding family. But in terms of words having power, I find on the days when I get stressed or a bit freaked out about something, I try and slow my breathing down. That's the first thing I do. And then I try and think of something that's positive that's around me. I might look around me and see beautiful sunshine or a beautiful blue sky. And that kind of helps bring that overwhelm and that stress and anxiety down. So I encourage you to try that and think about positive words that you can use in place of negative words. Okay, let's go on to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Raylene. Raylene asks, what do I need to do to get a place to live or rent in the area that I'm currently in? Let's have a look. And that is a great question, because rather than a what will happen, this is empowering. This is an empowering question. What can she do? So let's have a look. I'm going to look at now, I'm going to look at the next month, and I'm going to look at January, February, March in terms of timing for you about what you can do. I've got the 8 of Wands reversed. So this is saying to me that things are moving slowly at the moment. So I need you to have a look at, are there any gaps in what you've been doing to try and find somewhere to live? Is there something out of the box that you haven't been looking at besides going to real estate agents or looking at rentals that are advertised? Are you networking? This is what I'm seeing here. We need to turn this card around and start networking a little bit more. Talk to more people that you know about where you want to live, about finding somewhere to rent, because I feel word of mouth can be very helpful with this. And as we move forward, I've got the Queen of Cups here. So this is about you just staying calm about it. I was just talking about stress and freaking out when things don't go our way. Try and keep calm about it. Try and stay emotionally in control so that you can look at this objectively rather than from a really stressed out, fearful space. And the other thing I feel is something will come up for you. I've got the Ace of Coins reversed. So if you start networking, putting the word out a bit more, really being proactive and staying calm while you do it, presenting a calm, objective front, then that will help you. But I feel it's going to be closer to February that you will find something. And I'm going to add a 2 coins to that just to finish up for you. And I've got the peacock again. Oh, have we got a theme for the night? So this is about you being seen. Put yourself... Thank you very much for your question. And I do wish you well in finding that special place for you to find and live. Okay. Look, I think I'm on a roll tonight. I think we should just go straight to another question. Let's go do it. And we've got Sophia. And another question about moving home. Fantastic. Sophia asks, hello, any movement on my home move regarding the timing, please? Well, let's jump in and have a look at the timing for you as well, Sophia. So let's see what we've got. Just putting out a few cards for you. All right. I feel that it's not going to happen this month. I feel January is a dead month for you when it comes to moving home. I've got the 10 of Swords here. And I know that you're worried about this. I know you want to make it happen. But it's, again, seems to be a theme tonight, being a little bit patient for things to happen in its time, not your time. Then let's have a look. The other one we've got is the 5 of Cups reversed. Now, with this one, this is saying, I really like this card because I feel as you move forward, you're going to keep your energy up. You're not giving up. And that's what this card is saying. Don't give up in finding this move. I don't see it happening in February either. I feel that for you, as we get to March, I feel that things will start to open up more in March. I feel that you will have a choice come your way rather than having a couple of choices and not sure in which way to go. I feel that in March you will see something that is going to be appropriate for you. And then for April, I've got the success card, the Six of Wands. So I feel April will be the timing for you to move home. Now, as I look at all of these cards together, I feel that there's a lot more that you can be doing in terms of this move. One thing that has come into my mind, I get words put in my head. That's why I say words have power. But what I'm seeing here is declutter. It is time to get organized where you are now. Start decluttering, start physically letting go of stuff that you don't want to take to the new home with you. This creates the energy of change, the energy of opening the way for something new to come in. And let's do a key coin and see what. And we have the bell. So I wish you well with your move. And yes, moving house. Oh, I never want to move house again. I'm a very organized person. I've got lists galore when I move house, but I never want to move house again because, you know, living for years in the one place, you do collect so much stuff. So decluttering is always a great thing to do before you ever move house. Okay, a little bit more about words have power. Have you chosen any words yet? If you've chosen any words, pop them in the chat and let me see. And Sophia says, yes, I've been decluttering and letting the universe know I am ready. Thank you. Yes, that intention of manifestation. And January, and being just a few days into January, this is a wonderful time to start manifesting what we want for the year. So if you've chosen a word for the year or you're thinking about a word, pop it into the chat. Let me see it and we can maybe talk about it and what it could mean for you. And of course, there are some other ways that you can choose a powerful word for yourself. One way is to sit and meditate or contemplate. You do that by just sitting quietly and taking a few slow, deep breaths in and out. You allow your energies to come within you and allow all the day-to-day stuff just float away. And you sit quietly and set the intention. What word would be of benefit for me this year? And Amanda says, peace would have to be my word. That is a beautiful choice. Beautiful. Sophia says, my word is trust and believe. Now, those are two powerful words together. Trust can be really difficult. And Gemma says, relax is mine. I love it. So think about ways you can relax. Raylene says, enchanted is coming as a word for me. So you are looking for a magical year. And Squirrel says, joy. Yes, let's bring more joy into the world. Let's find the joy that exists within ourselves. Those are awesome choices. And Teddy FM says, is motivation a good one? Yes, motivation. That's that energy that gets you up in the morning and gets you doing and gets you achieving and whatever that means for you. That's an awesome word. Some great words coming through. A little bit later, I'll talk a little bit more about other ways that you could choose your word for the year. But in the meantime, let's move to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Diana. Hello, Diana. It is so lovely to see you here. And Diana asks, when will James and I be in a relationship? So I've popped on over to my relationship deck and we will have a look for you, my dear. Getting the shuffle action happening here. And let's put out some cards about timing. Okay. Well, look, I feel you've got a bit of a journey ahead of you in regard to connecting with James in a relationship. I've got the 10 of Wands reversed. So this is saying to me that I feel like you're looking at this in a more positive way than you have been. I know that this is something heartfelt, something that you truly want. But I do feel like you're on the outside looking in. I feel that James actually isn't responding. I feel like he is not there at the moment. That's the energy I'm getting when I look at this card. I feel that for him, he's got his own stuff. I feel like, how can I put this? I feel like he's not ready. He's not ready yet with this card, with this 5 of Wands. There's a lot of chaos going on. So I feel that for you, you need to focus on you. You need to focus on how you are with yourself, the joy that you have with yourself, and be open to perhaps meeting other people as well as looking at the potential of James. The last card I have for you is the Knight of Cups reversed. So I am not seeing any movement around this relationship. I am not being given a time because I feel that the actual potential of being in a relationship is still undetermined. It's not something that you are meant to know at this time, because the message that I am getting through without the cards is that you need to learn to love yourself a bit more. You need to open your heart to yourself a little bit more. Nurture yourself emotionally a little bit more. Wanting something that is on the outside depletes our heart energy. It depletes. And I'm sorry it wasn't better news than that, but I have to say what I see, unfortunately. Wow, it's time for Crystal Connection. Where did that time go? So our first Crystal Connection of 2024. Before the show, I chose the crystal. I am not telling you what it is. It's a big crystal, so I can't even hide it in my hand. But what I will ask you to do is tune in. I'm sending out the word that is the name of the crystal. And if you pop your guesses or what you've tuned into in the comments, you will win a divination reading with me. Now, while you're doing that, of course, I have another crystal to talk about. And this is an unusual crystal. This is one that you don't see around very much. This is called Numerologist. Look at this. You can see it's got little blue flashes in there. And Numerologist is it's a hard to get crystal. It's a little bit rare, but this is actually a metamorphic rock, and it comes from only one place, Greenland. Oh my gosh, Amanda's on the ball. We've got citrine, so I'll talk more about Numerologist a little bit later. Amanda, congratulations on winning Crystal Connection. Yes, it is citrine, and I have my beautiful big citrine, raw citrine here, the stone of abundance, the stone of joy, the stone of sunshine, and so much more. But let's do the reading for you, my dear. I'm going to use my crystal deck for you and use a crystal for your winning reading. So here we go. So I'm using my special crystal deck. So let's shuffle the cards and see what messages we have for you. Here we go. Oh, wow. All right, the first card I have is beautiful tourmaline. Now, tourmaline comes in many different colors, so this isn't necessarily about black tourmaline, but this is about inner peace. This is about you tuning into your inner peace. Now, Amanda, I know that you are on a spiritual journey yourself, and so finding your own inner peace as you take this journey will be of benefit for you. Tourmaline comes in so many beautiful colors. There is pink tourmaline. So pink tourmaline for you is allowing you to come from your heart space. As you go through your spiritual gifts and using your skill sets that way, then having some black tourmaline can support you as well by repelling negative energy, by giving you a level of energetic protection. The other card I have is a really unusual crystal. This is one I haven't spoken about before. It's a zestulite. And this is a really rare crystal as well. And this is about alternate realities. So this is saying be aware of your spiritual life. Be aware of the spiritual connections in alternate realities. That is the energy that is coming through for you at the moment. And I am going to add a crystal to that because I love doing divination with actual crystal. And the crystal I have is amethyst. This is an amethyst tumble. So for you, the message is all about coming from your heart, tuning in spiritually, looking at the different dimensions of spiritual energy that are coming forward to you, and keeping that third eye open and keeping that crown open, whilst having the black tourmaline for energetic protection, repelling the negativity, and then using that pink tourmaline to come from your heart. And Amanda says, wow, amazing. Congratulations, Amanda, and thank you for playing Crystal Connection. Of course, it will be back again next week. And if you would like some Crystal Connection before my next show, don't forget we have a heap of content on YouTube. We have my Crystal Connection that comes out every day, Numerology of the Day. We have Enchanted Spreads weekly with our beautiful Psychic Kate, and so much more. Horoscopes, angel numbers, spirit message of the day. You never ever have to miss out when you need some help. So make sure you go onto YouTube if you haven't already to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of the content that we put out. All right, let's move on to our next reading. I'm so excited. And Amanda's back again. Hi, Amanda. And Amanda asks, what do I need to get to be a calmer, happier me? Okay, so let's have a look for you. I'm already starting to calm down just with your question, Amanda. So let's see what we have. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right. The first card I have is the Ace of Wands reversed. This is saying to me, the words that were put in my head is, Amanda, cool your jets a little bit. You are really putting yourself out there. You're trying, you're active, you're doing. It's time to just stop a little bit. Slow down a little bit. Do things little by little rather than trying to do it all at once. The next card I have is the Three of Swords, and this is a very sad looking card, isn't it? And I feel that one of the things for you, my dear, is to have a look at where the sadness sits in your heart. It's time to look in the mirror, look at that shadow side, and look at what it is that is making you feel sad, that is preventing you from being more calm, that is preventing you from being more happy. I always say happiness is an inside job. People say, I want to make you happy, but only we can make ourselves happy by how we react, by the choices that we make. So have a look in the mirror, see what's in your heart that's still hurting, that you still haven't let go of, and have a look at what you can do to change that. The other card I have is a very happy card in comparison. I've got the Wheel of Fortune. I feel things are starting to turn around in how you could become more calm and happy. The key thing is not trying to be everything to everyone and not trying to do everything. And the other sentence that was just literally put in my head just then was, don't try and be Miss Fix-It for everyone. Sometimes you have to let people solve their own problems. And the final card is you will get there. I've got the 10 of Pentacles here. And Amanda says, ooh, nice, yes. So you will get there, but it's an ongoing... So much more I wanted to say then, but that's okay. I hope that information was helpful to you. Now, I quickly want to go back and finish talking about Numerologist because it is such an amazing crystal. It just looks like the night sky, doesn't it, with twinkling stars. As I said, this comes from Greenland and it's about 3 billion, yes, I said it, 3 billion years old. This is a wonderful crystal for unlocking the energies of the third eye. This is the chakra here. And this is about our intuition, it's about our psychic abilities, but it's also about the mind. A lot of people forget that that third eye chakra is also about the left logical mind as well. And so working with this crystal can help open it up. I usually hold it here pointing into my third eye chakra. This can help with personal growth. So if you are making some changes in your life, it can support growth. It's also a very purifying energy as well. And on a physical note, this can be used to help relieve pain. Now, remember, when we're talking about anything physical, when it comes to health and using crystals, remember we're talking about the energy of it, not the actual physicality of it. So just something to remember. Okay, I am ready for my next question. Who do we have, please? Woohoo, lightning round. And here was I just talking about a crystal that looks like the night sky. Talk about synchronicity. All right, the lightning round. Start keying in your yes, no questions because the only answer I can give you is yes, no, or undetermined. Why undetermined? Because sometimes you are not meant to know everything and sometimes the universe hasn't decided for you. So remember, it's yes, no, or undetermined. So will this happen? Won't that happen? Rather than how or why or what, because they can't be answered with a yes or no. So let's start keying them in and seeing those questions. And while I'm waiting, I might just talk a little bit more about Numerologist. Numerologist is calming and soothing to the nervous system. It can be used to help anxiety and depression. It's also comforting during the grieving process. When we're grieving, it's good to have some sort of anchor. For some people, it could be a teddy bear. For other people, like me, it could be a crystal. I go to crystals when I'm grieving about something. Now, put in those questions. I'm looking forward to seeing those yes, no questions. You'll be testing me, and I will do my best. I will do my absolute best to keep it to yes, no, or undetermined. So let's see those questions coming in. Who do we have? And if we don't, I'm going to ask my own yes, no question. My yes, no question to spirit world is, did I choose a good, powerful word as my word for the year? Yes. Glad to get that confirmation. So put your questions in and we'll see whether it's a yes, no, or an undetermined. And the power of questions. I was talking about, oh, here we go. We've got Jasmine. Is my crush attracted to me? Undetermined. Norma says, will I find true love soon? No. Sorry. Jasmine says, does he think of me as a bad person? Oh, no. Gemma, does Adam want to introduce me to his friends? Yes. Teddy says, will I find my place this year? Yes. Jennifer asks, will Charles try to talk to me again? Undetermined. Jasmine asks, is my crush attracted to me? Undetermined. I've got reasons for that one. Shivi asks, will Madav and me be happily married to each other? Yes. Gemma asks, does my friend Craig have romantic feelings for me? Undetermined. Shivi asks, will Ankush come back to me? No. Sorry. Jasmine, does he believe in people's gossiping about me? No. Amanda asks, will Dee visit? No. Shivi asks, will I get a promotion this year? Yes. Norma, will I ever be happy again? Yes. More to say on that. And Shivi asks, will Ankush and Swati get married? Yes. Loki asks, will I ever be rich? Undetermined. Gemma asks, will I ever learn to drive? Oh, yes. Norma asks, is my husband still with me? That is a mediumship question, so we'll move on to the next one, please. And Shivi asks, will my family agree for Madav as my spouse? Undetermined. Jasmine, does he think of me as a bad person? No. Shivi, Amanda asks, will C actually plan on meeting me in person? Oh, yes. A little yes. Norma says, will I find a part-time job? No, but. Shivi asks, will Madav propose for marriage in the coming 6 months? Oh, yes. Does Ankush miss me? No. Jasmine asks, will I get a job this year? Yes. Gemma asks, will I reach my goal weight? Undetermined. Shivi asks, will I be happier as a manager? Oh, yes. Wow, 3 minutes done and dusted with a lightning round. I love the lightning round. I hope you do as well, because I must admit, when I see those questions, it's like, oh, but I just want to say this and I just want to say that. I know I can't. But let's come back to words have power. What is another way that you could choose your word for the year? Now, if you are a practical person, say you're a Capricorn, and by the way, we've got Mythology of Astrology tonight at midnight with our beautiful Astro Squirrel, and she's going to take you through the story of Capricorn. But if you're an earth sign like Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo, you have a more practical outlook, then perhaps choosing your words in the opposite way. You have your vision for your year. What do you want to achieve for the year? What would you like it to look like? And then based on all of that information, you can then decide on what your word for the year will be. Now, have we got any more words for the year? Put them in the chat. I would love to see them. And of course, the emoji game is still running. So make sure that you are putting in those emojis. And Amanda says, can it be more than one word, like I'm okay? Yeah. I just use one word because it's easier for me to remember. But you could also choose an affirmation for the year. The affirmation could be something like, I achieve the goals I set. There are so many ways that we can use words as our, if you like, our goal for the year, our feeling for the year. It could be how you want to feel as opposed to what you want to achieve. So many ways to approach this. And speaking of approaching things, I think I need to approach the next reading. Who do we have, please? And we have Sadie. Hello, Sadie. Lovely to see you here. And Sadie says, I've been seeing this girl live who has a very sweet son. But when I visited, something seemed off. Should I be concerned about how he's being treated? Can Liv be trusted with me or with her child? Let's have a look at that and see. So I'm going to split that up into two. I'm going to have a look at the child. And Sadie says, hi, lovely. Hi, beautiful. So let's have a look. Look, I've got a very strong card for the first card out in regard to how this child is being treated. I've got the Ace of Swords. Now, this is actually quite a positive card. I feel that this child is in a home where discipline is important. And I'm not necessarily talking about, a smack on the rear end or anything like that. I'm talking about, rules that need to be followed. So I feel that this is a child who needs strong discipline. And looking at it from the outside in, you might be seeing it in a different way. I've also got the 9 of Coins reversed, and this is saying to me that this is a child who needs a lot of support, who needs a lot of people around him, because I think it was a him from memory. And so I feel with this child that you need to talk to Liv about it if you're concerned. That's the key thing. You need to talk. But I feel like, yes, there's a structure there in this home around this child. I've got the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like you can rest a little bit easy around this. I feel that, yes, it might feel like there's something off, but it might not be as dramatic or as big as you think it is. And I always come back to it, clear communication with the person or the people involved so that you know. And Sadie says, oh, that's good to hear. It must have been an off day. I'm glad. Oh, look. Parents, don't we all have off days? I'm just going to pull a T-point as well around this, around your trust with her as well. And I've got the Moon. I feel that there's a very good connection between you and Liv. Oh, and we have the bell, but thank you so much for your question. And, I say this a lot because tonight's theme is words have power. Well, the other word that has power is communication. Lots of times we make assumptions about the things we perceive, the things we see. And Sadie says, thanks for that wonderful reading. It helps soothe my nerves. You are so welcome, Sadie, and it is so lovely to see you here. But it's true, communication is such a strong word. Sometimes opening up communication, doing it in a positive way, not in a point the finger kind of way, can help clear the air around things that we're concerned about, that we're worried about, that people see happening around them, because they're not on the inside of what's happening, they're on the outside of what's happening. So I encourage you, as perhaps one word that you can add for your word of the year is communication that comes from the heart as well as the head. All right, let's move on to our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Teddy. Teddy says, should I accept the job offer I just got? Oh, well, congratulations. Teddy says, think I'd be good at it, but it's never just a dishwashing job. A job is a job, and a job is a wonderful thing. And he says, I don't know the people. I met them at a party, lol. I mean, laugh out loud. And the guy was like, dude, you can work here. Well, they sound very laid back, but let's have a look about accepting this job and see how it will pan out for you. Excuse the pun about pan out being a dishwashing job. That was unintentional, let me tell you. This job is looking okay. It is looking okay for you, Teddy, because I've got the Page of Pentacles, or the Page of Coins coming up. So this is saying to me, this is a small new start for you getting this job. It's going to bring the money in that you need to keep moving forward. So from a financial perspective, it is looking good. I've got the 9 of Cups reversed. Now, this is not your ideal job. This is not the job that you're wanting for the long term, but it does serve its purpose at the moment. And I've got the 9 of coins or 9 of pentacles reversed. So what I'm seeing here is that you might be in this job for a while. I feel like it will be steady work for you. I feel it will be a fun environment, but the warning of this card, this 9 of cups reversed, is not to let the fun and the laid back get in the way of getting the job done. That is really important. And Teddy says, I'm more worried about co-workers being lame than the job itself. A fun environment's what I need. Yeah. Look, I feel it's a steady move for you to take in the interim, but I feel there's something else out there for you further down the track. I'm getting about 6 to 12 months from now, there is something else. And Teddy says, I'll try and stay focused. And I've got the eagle T coin. And this is saying, look at this job from the bigger picture of what you want moving forward in your life in terms of career. Thank you for your question. And we do in our careers, we have stepping stones, don't we? We don't just leave school or college or university or whatever it is and go into that lifelong job anymore. We have stepping stones. I've had not only lots of different jobs, I've had lots of different careers, highly different careers, and each one has added to the next step. So if Teddy says, thank you, ex-elf lady. I know, I'm missing my ears. Here we go. There's my elf ears back. And he says, I really appreciate it so much. And thanks for the pun, the pan pun. There's a tongue twister. It rolled. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Teddy. You put a smile on my face every time you're here with us at My Psychic Connection. And for everyone here, you all put a smile on my face. Each and every one of you is important to me. Now, don't forget, we have heaps of YouTube content every week, every day. So make sure you go and like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And speaking of being notified, it's time for Mystic Moment. Every week, I look at something that is mystical and I take a moment to reflect. So tonight, I am looking at the energies in the sky, and I'm looking at some of the aspects. So at the moment in the sky, let me grab my cards. We have the sun, and the sun is sitting in Capricorn, and it is, where's the other card? There it is. It is trine, which means it's in a very positive aspect to Jupiter in Taurus. So what we've got is we've got the sun and we've got Jupiter in earth signs. Both Capricorn and Taurus are earth signs. So this is a really good blending. It's a really good aspect. With it being in Capricorn and Taurus and this trine, it's a good time to really get practical. For the start of the year, getting your plans together, looking at the practical steps you want to take, that is really, really important. But with that Capricorn energy, it's about keeping your eye on the bigger picture, the strategy, the vision for the future. Whereas that Taurus energy of Jupiter is expanding you out from the everyday. So that's just Sun trining Jupiter, a really nice balanced energy. Now, the other one I wanted to talk about tonight was Venus squaring Saturn. We have Venus in Sagittarius, and that is squaring Saturn in Pisces. I know it sounds like gobbledygook, doesn't it? But I will explain it to you. There's our square. When we have a square, it means something is challenging us. And so we've got Venus challenging Saturn. So this is saying it's not the best time for going into deep conversations or confrontations, not going into conference. Let me start again. It's not a great time to go into conversations in a confrontational manner, because it's just going to fire things up, because we've got Venus and Sagittarius. That's that fire energy. That's that foot and mouth disease. As you see, I get quite a bit, like my squirrelisms that I do with squirrel. So be aware that this is not the time to have a deep and meaningful conversation with a romantic partner or a significant other, unless you think before you speak and choose your timing. It's really, really important, because there is the chance that you will blurt out stuff and it will be taken the wrong way. Also, we have Mercury in detriment at the moment. What does that mean? It means Mercury's on the opposite side of the zodiac from where its home sign is, because it is in Sagittarius. It's normally at home in Gemini. So this is getting in the way of clear communication. Now, we've just come out of a Mercury retrograde as well. And so the energy of that's kind of still around. But with this Mercury planet being in detriment, it means too that communicating clearly might be a little bit more challenging for you. So just be aware of that. And of course, don't forget tonight at midnight, it is the mythology of astrology with our own beautiful Astro Squirrel. I love her storytelling. It's amazing. So that's in the midnight hour tonight. I look forward to seeing you there because I'm going to be watching as well. All right, let's move on to our next question, please. Who do we have? And we have Audrey. Hello, Audrey. Happy New Year. And Audrey says, hi, Innerji. So I was looking for work and randomly got a position. I definitely do not like it, but been going through with it. Other than hometown, can you see any other job opportunity coming my way? Well, let's have a little looky at other job opportunities for you, Audrey. But good on you for accepting that one because it came at a time when you needed it. So let's look moving forward. I'm going to look ahead about 3 months because I feel you need to stay where you are for a little while. And I feel in about 3 months' time, something else is going to come into play. I've got the Empress card. You know, this is a major arcana. In other words, this is like a big life decision. So I feel that while you're doing this job, you can keep looking at what else you would like to do, what else you would like to bring into your life in the way of work. As we move into April, I've got the 4 of coins here. So I feel that you'll continue in this job right through until April because you're going to be using that time to squirrel away as much funds as you can in order to pay bills, in order to get things done. May is looking much more positive. I've got the 4 of Wands here. So I feel that keep looking now, keep being active in your looking, but do the best you can in your current job. Give your all to that as well while you are looking elsewhere. But I feel May will be a month where you will get a job that is more fitting with how you feel and the type of work that you want to do. Let's add a key coin to that. And we've got the Lion. So this is about you standing in your own strength. Stay strong. I know you don't like this job, but stay strong and see it through until you could move into another position that works so much better for you. So thank you so much for your reading, your question, I should say. I hope the reading was helpful. And of course, don't forget, if you would like a longer, more in-depth reading, then you can donate. We have the choice of the quick read, which is timed. There is the mini, the mediumship, and the mega, which are untimed. And of course, here at My Psychic Connection, we like to pay things forward. So $1 from every donation that you make will go to the wonderful St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So I encourage you to make a donation and help us pay it forward. All right, let's take our next question. Who do we have, please? And we have Melissa. Melissa asks, what does my financial future look like for the first half of 2024? All right. It looks like you're a Scorpio, Melissa, with that lovely emoji there. And don't forget to keep putting the emojis in for the emoji competition. All right, let's see what your financial future will look like over the next 6 months. I'm just going to do a card for each month and see how far we get. All right, January. January, it's about looking at your spending, my dear. In terms of your finances, it's time to hold back. No impulse buying for you. It's about looking at what you have already and how you can grow it. It's not so much in January about pulling more money in. It's about saving and using what you have wisely. February, I feel February you'll be feeling more comfortable around finances because, you know, people forget finances, our money, is a very emotional subject. It's a very emotional thing. So I feel February, you just need to stay calm about your finances. Look at it in an orderly way. Make sure you are staying on top of it. Looking at March, I've got the Ace of Coins reversed. I feel things are starting to improve in March for you with that Ace of Coins, because when aces are reversed, they're still positive, but it's a small opportunity. It's a small growth as opposed to a large one. So it's almost like look after the pennies now and the dollars will start to pay off when it comes to March, but only in small amounts. Let's look at May. May is about getting the balance right between what you spend and what you save. And it's a bit of a mix and match. It's never 50-50, is it? Sometimes, some weeks we have more to save, other weeks we have less to save. Other days we have more bills, other days we have less bills. So I feel that May for you is going to be a month where you're looking at balancing what is outgoing and what is coming in, remembering that we've got that little bit of improvement on the way as well. I hope you found that to be of help. And there's a word, money. A lot of energy attached to the word money, isn't there? And we've got our emoji contest winner, Amanda. You're on a winning streak tonight. Congratulations. So let's do a reading for you. And I am going to use my Whispers of Aloha deck. Such a beautiful artwork in this deck. So let's see what the message is for you. And congratulations on being our emoji winner. Okay, here we go. Ooh. It's all about emotions. And Amanda goes, yeah. And I'm going, yeah. And it's all about emotions for you at the moment, Amanda. It really is. The first card I have is Care for the Ocean. And when we take that on a metaphysical plane, it's about caring for your ocean, caring for your heart, your ocean of emotions, shall we say. So I feel like you need to really focus on where you're at emotionally at the moment and being aware of how emotions are impacting on you. Emotions of others are impacting on you. You are so open, and Amanda says yes. You are so open and you are taking in all of these energies, all of these emotions from people around you at the moment. And it is about building up a little bit of a buffer zone around that. The other card I have is, would you believe, navigating emotions. This is about you looking at how you can more proactively navigate your emotions instead of them taking you over. It's being aware of the flow of your emotions. One thing I sometimes do when my emotions are a little bit all over the place, every day I'll just write a little note about how I'm feeling. And then over a week, a couple of weeks, a month, I look at the pattern and see what the flow is. And then that can help me move forward. And that's what I see for you. It's about noticing and navigating how you are feeling emotionally in different situations, and particularly in your spiritual journey as well. The good news is I have the cycle of renewal. I feel that you are coming into a new stage. And isn't it wonderful synchronicity that it is happening at the beginning of a brand new year? And the message on this card is saying, set your consciousness free. I feel like you kind of emotionally hold yourself in at times because of fears of what other people might think, what might say, might do, if you allow your own heart to fully open up. So it's all about the emotions for you at the moment, recognizing them, letting go of the ones that don't work, navigating through that flow from month to month, and then knowing that this cycle of renewal is coming through, that you are transitioning and you will get through it. So congratulations on being the emoji winner tonight. Thank you so much for playing, and thank you to everyone who put in those beautiful, beautiful emojis. Now, a little bit more about words of power. Another way that you can choose your word for the year or word of power is to use an oracle deck if you have one. And all you have to do is tune in, slow your breath down, shuffle the deck for a bit, and when it feels right, you see what the word is. And the word that's come out of the deck, and this is for the collective, is willpower. Now, willpower is a loaded word as well. We want willpower when we want to lose weight. Well, no, I want won't power because I don't want to eat the naughty stuff. But willpower, what is it that your will wants to bring in? What is it that you're going to do? So perhaps your word for the year might be willpower, something to consider. All right, let's do another question. Who do we have, please? And we have Melissa. Oh, we've just had that one. Thank you. If we can go to the next question. Thank you. And we've got Jennifer. Jennifer is asking, hello, I'm wondering, will Charles come around and realize how beautiful our connection was? Well, I'm going to use my relationship deck for that, Jennifer, and see. Let's have a look. And I believe this is the last question for the show. So, lucky last, Jennifer. Let's see what we have. Yes. So will he realize how beautiful this connection was? I feel that Charles is very busy doing his own thing out in the world. I've got the world card. He's very happy in himself. He's doing his own thing at the moment. So I kind of feel he is looking more outward at what else is out in the world rather than what has been happening or what has happened in the past. So no, I don't feel he has realized as yet how good or how beautiful that connection was. I've got the Ace of Swords. He's in his head at the moment. It's about plans. It's about where am I going? What am I doing? How do I get there? So I feel like he is not focusing on the past relationship that you had with him. And finally, I've got the Three of Swords reversed. I feel that he has been healing. I feel he has been healing from this relationship. And part of the way for him to move on is to let it go. And the message for you is to let it go as well. Living in the past does not help you move forward into the future. And I know that's easier said than done. And I've got the 10. So I feel this is just reaffirming that Charles is on his own way. He's doing his own thing. And unfortunately, he is not thinking about this past relationship. So I'm so sorry to say that to you. But I do hope that will give you a little bit of help and motivation so that you can consider your future rather than looking at the past. Thank you so much for your question. And thank you to everyone for being here for my first show of the year here at My Psychic Connection. Now, we have a wonderful array of shows, live shows back again. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m, we have our beautiful Bunny Sugars Down the Rabbit Hole. At 10 p.m, it's our own Whispers from the Forest with Miss Squirrel. And at midnight tomorrow night, yes, it's back. It's back. I'm so excited. It's the Shadows of Dreams with Psychic Kay and Journey Ryan, where they will look into your dreams and look at what they possibly will mean for you. Because dreams are so hard to interpret. These guys, they really know what they're doing. And of course, after this show at midnight, it's the mythology of astrology with our own Astro Squirrel and the story of Capricorn. So don't miss out on that. And I want to finish you with a very powerful word for you this evening. If you can't think of a word for yourself, here is one that you might like to consider: love. Love is universal. As the song says, love is all around. So if you have difficulty thinking of a word for the year for yourself, I ask you to use the word love. And I send all of my love to you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, many blessings to you.